he wasn't right, you know, he really wasn't right. It's not too many kids that are stupid enough to stick their tongue on a cold rail and get it stuck. God, poor Tom, his brother Tom, he almost put an eye out. He was supposed to be watching Tom. Instead, he was catching frogs. And Tom just about put an eye out, hurt himself, you know, and you were supposed to be watching him. And, geez, another time when you lost the keys to 50 of those door locks there, remember that? What a numb shit. And he used to set it up. We bought a farm. My husband Walter Earl and I, we bought a farm up in Ashland, New Hampshire. Any of you folks, other than family, done that far north? Ashland? What a shithole that is. You look around the folks in Ashland, you understand why some animals eat their own young. Well, they marry each other. They really do. They really, you come into the, isn't that right, Joe? The town of Ashland, we got more damn Boyntons. Everybody's a Boynton. You know, where'd you meet your wife? At the family reunion. Why do you ask? I love men. I do. This is like a box of Whitman sampler chocolates. It's like ping, done. The men in Ashland, I think the only reason they stand on their hind legs at all is because the Cumberland Farm stocks beer on the top shelf. But we had the farm, and we used to have little Joseph come up to the house and spend some long weekends. And can you see the genetics here? Yeah. When I don't fuck my mustache, we're just stunning. Of course, I got a bush like Don King's head. I can shave that up. We got enough animals. We gotta have somebody be able to style that. No, it's funny because not more than 2 weeks ago, I bought one of them teddy things, you know, try to rejuvenate the marriage. And you know, it has the little cutout places, and I was standing in the door jam, and my husband walking in from the barn, and I said, how would you like a little bit of this later on? He said, hell, I see what you did to the crotch of them panties. I ain't touching them. But anyway, Joe used to come up to the house. And he'd sit there, and I'd look over, and he'd just be staring at my titty. Just, he'd have this, do that numb look. Yeah, like it was like the wheel was turning, but the hamster was gone. I used to look down at Joe, and I'd say, Joseph, Junior! And he'd finally look up at me. You remember this? I used to say, the gates are down, the lights are flashing, the train ain't coming with you, is it, Joe? He'd look up at me like a dog looking at a ceiling fan. And pinch himself. Always pinching himself. He still does. Like it's not that long that it gets all wound up in itself. You know, he's always pinching at himself. Poor little bastard, you know. Really, you couldn't help but be fond of Joe because he just was like just a bubble off plum. You know, that whole gene pool is a crapshoot anyway, really. And I think we needed a little lifeguard at that gene pool when Joe come along. But I love him to death. Geez, I do. You know, we didn't think he was going to amount to jack shit when he was. I mean, the poor little bastard couldn't even do a wheelie without knocking the front tire off his bike, you know. He couldn't even. I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts on the way. Jeez, I come up to the circle there and I see you got. I don't come down here at all, really, do I, Joe? I see you had a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if I've been here since they built it. Donuts, love them. They bind me up like a bastard. Oh, geez, I'll have 2 donuts. I won't poop for a week. And I've been on these diets. I don't know if Joe and Terry told you, but I've got enough rings of fat around my waist. I screw on my underwear in the morning. Back up, my ass beeps like a truck now. Beep, beep, beep. But but I was on the wine and vegetable diet. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one. Just wine and vegetables. That's all you eat and drink. I lost 4 pounds in my driver's license on that one. I was on the grapefruit diet for a couple weeks. I had 72 grapefruit in 2 weeks. Lost 7 pounds. But every time I go pee, I'd squirt myself in the eye. And then I went, one night, I was up late. They had this home shopping thing on TV, and Suzanne Summers, Judas Priest, she's a beautiful girl, you know. And she's no spring chicken, she's an older lady, but she looks good. And she had these Thigh Master things that she was selling. So I said, well, shit, she looks that good having a Thigh Master. Well, anyway, I ordered one. Used the damn thing every single day for 6 weeks. Didn't lose a pound, but I can crack a walnut with my knees. So I started eating the bran muffins from Dunkin' Donuts. Great big fat bran muffins. These things are big. And they're loaded with fiber. So any of you that needs to lose weight, not that there is anybody in here, I had 3 bran muffins on Monday. I had 2.5, I think I told you on the phone, on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I was passing wicker furniture out my ass. You want a rattan chair? Here it comes. He did all right. Joseph did all right. I'm surprised. He got into logging, and he did okay with the logging. He got into construction, helped us build the building up on our property, on our farm. We put a building up so we could make a little extra money, you know, because farming is not a real lucrative thing to do nowadays, especially. And we rented it out. Oh, geez, this is another Joe thing. We rented out the left half to a veterinarian, which is nice to have a veterinarian on the farm, you know, right like that, right next door. And then we rented the right side out to a taxidermist. And Joe helped do the construction of the building, so I said, why don't you just do up a sign? You know, don't have to be nothing fancy. He does up the sign. It says, veterinary, taxidermy, either way you get your pet back. I said, you can't put that up. But we did. We put it up, and geez, we got out-of-staters stopping all the time, taking pictures of the sign. They think it's really a pisser, you know. Speaking of pisser, do you remember that time we dressed up for the Halloween party at the Legion? Do you remember that? Because I usually go places alone. I've got a husband that of 52 years, but geez, we're different as night and day, Walter and I, aren't we, Uncle and I? I'm very cuddly, touchy-feely, and sensitive, and my husband, Walter Earl, is more of a... Walter, he's an asshole, actually. Yeah, he is. He's an asshole. I feel better. Oh, I thought that was a snooze alarm and my IUD going on. Next! Anyways, I said to Joseph, I said, would you mind coming up and going to the damn party, Halloween party, costume party with me, so I don't have to go alone to everything. And he's a dumpling, you know, and he said to me, yes, I'll go with you. So I made up this cocker of a costume. Jesus, this thing was a piss off. 2 people cow costume. Damn thing looked like a real cow. I wish I brought the pictures, because you wouldn't believe it. So I said to Joe, you get in the front, and I'll get in the back. Remember this? And remember, we didn't walk down the main street of town. We walked down through the back farms, through a couple of farm areas in the back door of the Legion. Well, we got about halfway across the field, laughing like a bass. You know, he's waving his hoof at Massachusetts cars, and they're about driving off the road. And I was about ready to wet my pants when all of a sudden Joseph says, oh, geez, Henrietta. Auntie, look to the right. And I did, through a little screen in the costume, the Valancourt's bull coming down over the grassy knoll. With what to this day, I'm telling you kids, this bull had a seductive look on his face. So I say to my #1 boy here, I say, Joseph, what the hell are we going to do now? He turned his cow head around and he said, well, Aunt Henrietta, I'm going to stand here quiet and eat grass. If I were you, I'd bend over and brace yourself.